Hello everybody, I have another unboxing from the Junking Journaler, and this is the March box, and I am absolutely in love. It says the French Connection on this tag, which I think is a hint into the theme, but we've got this beautiful lace wrapped around the entire box, and it is stitched closed around the box so that it didn't move during travel. So I'm just going to cut those strings and free this beautiful box just really quickly. All right, I got one side freed, so let's go ahead and free this beauty. I just love this lavender too, and I kind of appreciate that it is fake because I can keep it in my office and it will look as beautiful as ever forever, so I love that. So this is from the Junking Journaler, and Meghan reached out again and asked if I would like to do another unboxing and share of the March kit. So I happily said yes, obviously, because the last one is just beautiful. But let's jump right in. It looks like we have a huge bunch of paper here. So let's go ahead and see what's in this. I love this wax seal here, and it's got adhesive on the back, so I'm just going to take the twine off of it and recycle it in my journal because that's beautiful. But we've got some handmade paper here, which is absolutely stunning, and this really big, I mean, it's big, it's like the size of a newspaper, but it is a French newspaper or magazine, and bananas. It's really hard to get it all in frame because it's so large, but look at the advertising, and the font is just beautiful. Photos, art. That looks like a proper print that was included. And just so good. This is going to be so much fun to sort of pick and pull apart, but look at that right there. That's just pretty too. All right, so let's put that down here, and then we of course have the beautiful box. So from my understanding, this is the last time the Junking Journaler will be putting these kits in a wooden box, unless she can source more. From my understanding is she's having a hard time sourcing these boxes. So this will be the last time it will come in a wooden box like this, but it will always come in some sort of combined structure. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. Let's go ahead and open it. Now that we know it's got a French theme, again, very well packed. It did come in a flat rate box and was like the perfect size, so there wasn't any movement or anything moving around, but look, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. There are so many textures here I want to unpack. But let's start here. It looks like we have a collection of different kinds of fibrous yarn, and I love the colors. It's giving mermaid vibes, and I love that. I love all of the textures here. One thing that Meghan did say was that this kit was definitely not for beginners. This was for someone who is very into junk journaling and all the textural aspects that come with that. So that's going to be really fun. Her last kit did come with kind of everything you would need to get started in junk journaling. So that's really great. I don't think it's really hard to do it though. So we have this pretty, this is actually rolled music paper for those automatic music makers. So that's really cool, and it actually has the lyrics down the side, which is something I haven't seen before. I've seen these rolled music maker paper things before, but I haven't seen it with the font down the side, so that's really exciting. Okay, so we have this beautiful button Look at that. Around this beautiful posy. Look at this. Oh my gosh. All right, so this is real lavender to go with our faux lavender. How beautiful is that? I love posies. I love this added element, and it will have a beautiful safe home in my office forever. Okay, so we have here a textured envelope, again with this beautiful twine we will be recycling and reusing. And let's see, oh my gosh, look! Oh my gosh, look at this black lace, you guys. I can't even... I think this must have been maybe decorative for a place setting, because I just can't imagine a lady would have a use for this outside of the dining room, but how absolutely stunning is that? My gosh. Okay, and now we have a beautiful hanky. This is something that I could see being in a lady's sleeve or pocket for those inevitable sniffles, but look how beautiful that is. Look at the colors. I'm sorry the framing is so weird. Like I said, it's kind of difficult to get all of this in frame, but I'm trying really hard to be mindful about that. But that is just absolutely beautiful. The embroidery is just stunning. Oh my gosh. Look at this. This is paper. I thought this might have been like wallpaper, but it's just paper, like doily paper. I don't even want to pull this string because it feels very delicate. But look at this. Oh my gosh. How beautiful is that with the Dutch imagery and the blue and white printing. And in here we have some French book papers. Look at that illustration. Oh my gosh. I love, 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 love using book paper that has other languages on it. I feel like it, I know it doesn't add physical texture, but I just feel like it makes it more dynamic, especially if you don't speak the language, because you're looking at something and you're not processing what it's actually said or what is being written. So if it doesn't make sense with what you're working on, then it doesn't really matter. And I love that. So that's absolutely beautiful. Okay, next we have this little envelope. Looks like wax seals. Oh, look! And it is, this one was definitely on the cover of the box. And she's given us a bunch of other really beautiful, oh look, there's their logo. I love that, Meghan. Look at all of these. So it looks like we get 2 of each design in this really beautiful gold wax, and they all have these little glue dots on the back, so we can just immediately go into using them, and I love and appreciate that extra step that goes into that. Oh my gosh, look at this. They're supposed to mimic little sewing bobbins, and they're made to look distressed, and you can use them for washi samples or all kinds of other things, but or page flags. They could be page flags, which is really beautiful. So I cannot wait to use these, probably as page flags, because they're just absolutely beautiful. And again, it adds that extra dynamic, that extra texture to the page. When you're flipping through, I love having stuff like coming out of my pages. And page flags is a really great way to do that, especially if you have different size papers in your junk journal. So I really, really, really love that. Okay, we've got some more twine on this envelope. You guys know I'm gonna pick it apart and save it. And we have some really tiny bits of ephemera. Look at these beautiful, they look like book plates, but they're different colors. Absolutely love these. Those will be quite easy to use. And then this beautiful stamped image here. This is the box of magic coming out of here. All right, so I'm seeing more lace trim, which is absolutely beautiful. And I think these lace trims might actually be like vintage or even antique. So that's really lovely. We have some more of these little bobbin things. I think they're actually meant to be page flags, which is probably what I'll use them for, but we've got another set of those, which I love. Oh, look at this leaf embroidery right here. This little applique. Oh my gosh. Absolutely gorgeous. I love the French feel of this kit. It is just oozing, and I think it is very well executed. So we have this French card right here. These little tiny tags that say the, oh, this says French Monopoly card. Okay, all right. I saw another one of these tags, but I thought it said the Junking Journaler. And now I'm questioning my sanity. It was on one of these. French torsion lace. I thought I saw the Junking Journaler, but I love that there are little tiny labels to explain exactly what you're seeing. Love that. And then we have these cute little bird cards. So much fun. I love using these as tip-ins. Oh, there's another trim. All right. Oh, I thought these might have been buttons, but they're actually French coins. Whoa, Nelly. Okay. Okay, so this feels like a token. It doesn't even feel like a coin, like it's super light. But it says Republic of France, 5 francs, 1949, 91, 91, 94, 51, 95, 97, 66. How beautiful are those? All right, here we have, again, some French imagery. Beautiful French lady. Look how cute these are. Great layering items. That's going to be fun. We have a little envelope here. I think this might have been around something. I love that everything is in an envelope. It just makes it feel like Christmas. Ooh, it's stamps. Okay, I'm fine. It's fine. French stamps are probably one of my, oh, look at the front there. French stamps are definitely one of my favorite countries to get stamps from because they're just beautiful. The texture, the colors, the themes. I mean, look at this. The florals, come on. And they're just so dreamy. They're definitely my favorite, especially her. These little Liberty ladies, they make me weak. So pretty. I love the colors and the variations included in this. It's not just like a bunch of old guys' heads. Love, love, love. I love stamps, so that's an easy sell for me. Here we have some wallpaper trim with a floral design, and I actually included wallpaper in one of my kits for Patreon recently. And I think it's just such an interesting texture to add in because it has a texture and it's a little bit thicker than regular paper, and the print is beautiful. Ooh, look at this little flower. So cute. Another one of these pressed envelopes. It's such a surprise every envelope I open. I'm just like, what else could there be? Okay, so we have a French chateau in, I think this is probably meant to be like a hotel, but it's in Canada. We have a French seed label. And then we have a flower pack. This beautiful old photograph. I'm assuming from France. Yep. So pretty. And then we have this advertisement for a concert in 1991, which I guess is totally vintage now. Okay, so here we have this beautiful little cluster here, which is pretty. Probably going to be taking that apart and reusing that as well. I am definitely guilty as charged when it comes to that. If there's a really beautiful cluster on something that comes to me, I definitely take it off and recycle it. Oh my gosh, look at these postcards. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Look how old. Oh my goodness. Absolutely breathtaking. Painful how beautiful the fronts and backs are. Look at that stamp. So pretty. Oh my gosh, I'm weak for those. You guys already know. All right, so we have a book binding here. Oh my gosh, look. Okay, so Meghan did sort of warn me about this. She did say that the book was not like the last book. She wanted people to have the freedom to add what they wanted to add to it. So she's given us a loosely built base with some printed and blank vintage looking paper. Love that one. And it's not tied or sewn or stitched or anything. It's just loosely slid in. I love that one. To the twine here, which is just wrapped around the front. And we can add in what we want or take out what we want or make it as thick as we want. And I actually love the size of this. This is beautiful. This reminds me of like a grimoire. I love this. This is just really beautiful. Don't know why my charm came off, but here's how cute that one is. Love. All right, now we have some handmade, hand-pressed paper. Look how intricate that doily is. I'm not going to take all these out because I don't want to rip them because they're quite delicate. But we have these handmade, embossed papers, which I absolutely love, and the textures are all different. We've got thickers and thinners, and you guys can hear the crinkle there. That's absolutely beautiful. This is definitely going to fit into this book, so I can easily use those as pages if I want to. All right, here we have some like macrame. We've got some sewn bookmarks, which are absolutely stunning. And then another doily and some more hand-pressed card. But this has stitching around the edge, which texture, I absolutely love. So we have 3 different bookmarks here with some of that trim that we have seen on our wooden spools. So that's going to be fun to use. All right, here we have a label, a wine label, which is beautiful. Ooh, we have more. All right, so here's a cognac label. Look at this. Oh my gosh. These are just very high fashion. And I'm sure they're like just not even that great, but because they're French, they just ooze class, right? I love those. I definitely struggle with using bigger pieces, so this is going to be a fun challenge to use in both of my junk journals now. All right, here we have some die cut tags and some photo bases that we could easily use for even journaling. So we could glue this onto another page. And then we have these beautiful punched tags. I love this background paper. I've got quite the pile over here. All right, so here we have some fabric. And I am never against using any kind of textural elements, but fabric is definitely one that I struggle with. Not because of anything like textural, because I see fabric and I'm like, ooh, I could turn this into like a pillowcase or a book cover, or I could do something with this, and I just feel almost guilty trying to use it in a journal like I would use paper. But the challenge has been thrown into the gauntlet, so I'm gonna have to try to figure that out, and I'm gonna have fun. All right, here we go with some floral papers. which that is the quickest way to make my knees weak. I absolutely love die cut floral images, and I personally love fussy cutting these out myself. Look how beautiful those colors are, and the illustrations are just painfully good. Definitely one of my bigger weaknesses when it comes to paper. Love those. All right, we have a big envelope here. Love this. And it was debossed there. Ooh, you guys. All right, so we have these die cut frames. And I believe this one might have been inside like that. So that'll be a fun element to use. But look at this old French receipt. Look at the stamps and the actual tax stamp on there. Oh my gosh. And it's, you know what, it's actually thicker. It doesn't feel like it's just gonna, like, you look at it and it's just gonna turn to dust. So this would be a great way to use the book. And just love that. All right, it looks like we're getting to the bottom of the box here. We do have some teeny tiny little twine, and there's one of those tabs. So that's how you could use it. Move the box out of the way just a little bit. All right, we've got an envelope, and then we have some bigger book papers. We've got a floral. Ooh, look at that. That looks like a page out of an old Bible. I love that. Ooh, so pretty. That must have been a hard book to cut up. Ooh, look at that map. Castle. Another map. Another castle. Ooh, we've got some maps. Actual French maps. Oh, here's a different one with a different texture paper. Different colors. And then we've got some Braille paper, and I love working with this, so I'm happy to have more. I don't have a lot. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. All right, first of all, I'm just going to be upfront and honest. This is delicate paper, okay? This is the paper that I'm not gonna fool around with. I can just feel it. You can always tell when you are working with really old, delicate paper, because if it feels wet, you need to be cautious. That's how you know you're in it. But it looks like we have a really beautiful, I think mine is cut, but it looks like an old nature handbook, maybe? Look at the advertisement there. So beautiful. And the font, again, is beautiful. You can feel the texture on this, and painful. 1906 is the year on that. Got this beautiful piece of print right here. I love the colors with this. And then this looks like an old piece of newspaper. Look at the colors. Holy bananas. So cute. I mean, the scene is not great, but I love this. I'm trying to see if I can't find a year, but I don't see it. It's clearly very old. So holy cow, that was a lot. I'm really impressed with this kit. I definitely feel like I connected more with this one than the last one. I don't know why, because texturally it's very different. I feel like there's a lot more paper to work with. And not that the last one didn't have a lot of paper, but a lot of textures going on, and I love this hardback book. I think this is going to be really fun to work in. And I like all of these smaller elements as well. I really appreciate that, because sometimes it can be kind of difficult to collage when you don't have some smaller elements. So I definitely appreciate that. These postcards, they hurt me. This fabric is so much fun. I don't even know, like, if you can see everything going on here. There's so much happening, and it's just all absolutely stunning. Meghan, I don't know what to say. I'm blown away. This is just all so good, and I cannot wait to play. I'm very excited to have another kit to work with. I am going to be featuring both of these boxes more frequently in the future. Like I said, I haven't really had a whole lot of time to play with them, but I can't wait. So I will leave everything you need to find this kit and the Junking Journaler online. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down below. Look at this spool, come on. And I will catch you guys later. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Bye.